Despite its childish and wildly immature nature, Talking with Dinosaurs is definitely not intended for children. It has blasphemy, sweary words, sexy talk, and bad, bad thoughts. I know I say this every week, but there's a lot of this going on this week, so be forewarned, feel free to skip this one. It is for entertainment purposes only, and while care has been taken to keep information as accurate as possible, paleontology is an ever-growing field of new data and theories constantly changing how we see these prehistoric monsters' dongs, so we make no guarantees about accuracy. Not that it matters, paleontologists are just making it all up as they go along anyway. Also, Mum, I'm especially very sorry this week. Okay, welcome back. I'm your host, Stefanato, and I'm not gonna lie, you're lucky to have me this week. The new Monster Hunter beta is out on PS4, and it literally took someone unplugging the PS4 and locking it in a safe hidden in a magical sealed door in an alternate dimension in which I was never born for me to be able to sit down and write this episode. It's totally researched though. I mean, their Anjanath creature is the most realistic interpretation of a Tyrannosaurus I've ever seen. I mean, except for the giant fins, weird facial growth, and leaking slime everywhere, but hit me up for that sponsorship, Capcom, I love you! Right, on this week's episode, as you can see from the title, it's a very, very special episode. We're going to change up the format a bit. Normally, I choose a dinosaur and desperately try to find enough information on it that isn't incredibly dull to fill in 6 minutes, then pad the rest out with your questions. This week, however, we're jumping straight into the question. Singular. This is because this is the question I've been waiting and dreading since day one. The chosen one. The one I knew would come someday. I've skirted around it before, and we've certainly joked about it a lot, but someone has finally asked, and now I must finally talk about dinosaur penises. A little backstory. A couple of weeks ago, I sent a submission into the podcast Wiki Ship Down, which is wonderful, hosted by Ruth Ann and Ryan. They discuss random Wikipedia articles. Me, being the troubled mind that I am, sent them the article on dinosaur erotica because it was really funny, and I really must say you should check that episode out. It is great. I think I may have broken them slightly. Anyway, all their stuff's worth checking out. Hilarity ensued, and I am now legally required to stay at least 10,000 kilometers away from the Wiki Ship Down crew, which is fine because, I live on an isolated island paradise in the middle of the Pacific. I then received a tweet from the Wiki Ship crew, not damning me straight to heck as I originally expected, but informing me that one of their fathers, a well-respected lawyer and competitive sailor, had become obsessed with dinosaur and mammalian genitalia. He had asked a fairly simple question, but one that has caused me to spiral down into a darker Google hole than ever before. Sean, a real adult man who has apparently passed the bar exam, asks, "What's the name of that boner bone some animals have? Did dinosaurs have them?" Well, Sean, I believe you're talking about the Baculum, and I have some news. No known dinosaur had them. Skeleton willies are a distinctly mammalian characteristic, and it's pretty weird that humans don't have one. Scientists believe this is because humans kind of mate for life, which apparently means you don't eat a cockroach. I don't know, I make dinosaur jokes, I don't care about human evolution. Stupid squishy people, always so rude and unfeathered. Useless. I can't even grow bigger than 8 feet tall. Dinosaurs didn't seem to have baculums. How did they bump uglies? Well, they're dead, so we'll probably never know. So guess that's the episode over. Good night, everybody. I've been Stefanato, and we have been Talking with Dinosaurs. Wait, what do you mean I can't just end it there? It's my podcast, I'll do what I want. Good night. Fine, I didn't want to do this, but I'll keep talking about dinosaur dicks, ribbed for your pleasure. You sick, sick creeps. While we can never know for sure exactly how dinosaurs aimed their downstairs crosshairs, we can make some good guesses based on their living relatives, birds and reptiles. Most likely they had what's known as a cloaca, which, no, isn't a kind of cola. I certainly wouldn't want to drink from it anyway. A cloaca is the worst little hole, a horrible little hole which is used to excrete almost everything a being needs to excrete, such as, and I am going to use the technical terms here, poos, wheeze, and spunk. Having them all in one neat hole keeps things a lot simpler, as opposed to us filthy mammals who keep our urethra and genitals close and put our poopers out of the way. I guess it's a hygiene thing, but once again, who cares? People are boring. They're not 10-metre long murder birds. Now, lots of animals use cloaca in different ways when it comes to doing the actual deed. Many birds just sort of rub them together and hope for the best in what's called a cloacal kiss, and then just sort of wait for a month and try again if it doesn't work. Some creatures just sort of spray goop on the ground and then the mother just sort of wanders over it and kind of hoovers it all up in there. Really? Classy. Some species of turtles use their cloacas to breathe underwater? What the hell, nature? Yo, turtles, we're gonna make you breathe underwater by breathing through your arsehole, you dig it? These cloaca aren't always just hanging around their undercarriage though. Some creatures, like turtles, have them on their tails, so they have a bit of wiggle room for the cloaca to get all wriggly. And yes, some do have penises that emerge from their cloaca. In fact, the birds and reptiles that are the closest relations to the dinosaurs are the most likely ones to have penises. Crocodiles, ostriches, the humble fuzzball kiwi, all of these distant dino descendants are hung to various degrees. It seems that the birds who lost their penises seem to have done it quite late in their evolution, so that means there's a very good chance that our favourite feathered theropods were equipped with ferocious phalli. That's right, all your favourite dirty dinosaur erotica may well have been correct, though I can't imagine they would have been particularly sensitive lovers. Well, except for the Ankylosaurus, of course, whose reputation as a kind, generous lover is belied by its tough, rugged exterior. So tender, so handsome. Sorry. Speaking of Ankylosaurus, Stegosaurus, its cousin to Kentarosaurus, and Spinosaurus are some pretty good examples of dinosaurs that pretty much had to have diddles. Because of that crazy crap on their back, they couldn't simply just mount their mate for a night of disappointing humping and a lifetime of regret. How did they bang then? Carefully. Real, actual scientists who were paid real, actual money used real, actual, probably very expensive software to model how these spiky spinies would get down. There's pretty much two schools of thought. The first is that stegosaurs would make like modern white people and got intimately aware of the missionary position. The second, and the one most fans of Punished by Stegosaurus, that Pulitzer quality piece of dinosaur erotica will prefer, is that creatures like the Stegosaurus were hung in such a way to make an elephant look like a gorilla. Editor's note, gorillas have micropeni for the record. It may have had an enormous prehensile dong, which could slither along like a snake, and allowing the stego to get its booty shaken without accidentally vivisecting itself on its mate's tail. From there, most dinosaurs would just sort of become fertilized, lay an egg, and have a lovely little baby. Okay, I think that's legitimately enough dinosaur reproduction talk to last me a decade. That's it. I'm done. I can't think about this stuff anymore. My brain is full of soup, and I am in desperate need of brain bleach, as I'm sure you are too. I would like to thank Ryan and Ruth from Wikiship Down. You should definitely check them out like I said. They always make me giggle uncontrollably. I'd also like to thank Sean. I hope this has been illuminating for you. It certainly has for me, even if you did just want to know what the Baculum was called. As always, if you have a question, a bit of dino trivia, or just a funny meme, send it through to the Facebook page. Tweet it to @TalkingDinoCast or with the hashtag TalkingWithDinosaurs, or email it to talkingwithdinosaurs@gmail.com. I do have a website coming, which is exciting. It is www.talkingwithdinosaurs.co.nz. That's www.talkingwithdinosaurs.co.nz, not .com. GoDaddy is currently holding the .com hostage for an exorbitant amount of money, so that's on hold until they get bored and forget about it. But the website is on its way. Make sure you check it out when it's done. Now, if you were horrified by this episode, as indeed I was, feel free to review me on iTunes and let everyone know how disgusted you really were. And feel free to subscribe while you're there if you want to keep on being disgusted. Okay, I guess I just have to go purge myself now. I have sinned and I must pay the penance, so I don't think there's enough Hail Marys in the whole world to make me feel innocent again. I'm So sorry to have dragged you into this, listeners. I've been Stefanato, and we've been talking with dinosaurs.